Okay, welcome to your Thursday morning yoga practice. Today we're going to start really slow. We'll have a lot of meditation and breathing time. We're going to do a lot of stretching, and I think we are going to move around a little bit, but we're going to just take our time getting there. So try to just settle in. Don't worry about what's coming next or when it's coming. Just try to let go and just let yourself be along for the ride. So we're going to have kind of a springtime theme today. So we're having first day of spring, I think is next weekend. So we're just kind of have like a theme today in our class of awakening. So we're just kind of really stretch, make space, and just kind of wake up the muscles, wake up the body, and just kind of meditate on moving into new beginnings, letting go of things that are holding you down, and we will go from there. So go ahead and make yourself comfortable in your chair before you do anything else. We'll start with the spine up tall. Think of your spine as a tree, so your tailbone rooting down into the chair, and then the spine grows up the top of the head towards the ceiling, and all your limbs kind of just like the branches, just let them droop down towards the earth. Great. So the top of the head is facing the ceiling. When we say sit up tall, you don't necessarily have to, puff out your chest or lift up your chin. Just think about straightening out the back of the neck and bringing the ears over the shoulders. Great. And then just settle in here. Take a few deep breaths. Allow the breath to go down into the bottom of the lungs as you inhale, fill up completely. And exhale, let it all go. And again, fill up completely. Inhale. Exhale, release. Great. Again, inhale, fill up. Right to the top. Take as long as you like. And then when you get there, exhale. Get rid of any stale air that's been swirling around the bottoms of the lungs for who knows how long. And then just keep the breath slow and deep like that. Don't worry about it too much right now, but just take a moment to feel the effects of those few deep breaths. It can be really constricting on the chest muscles, the rib cage, to keep the breath shallow. So just feel that little bit of space being created inside the body from filling the lungs up, and just that refresh in the skin and the nerves from the oxygen. Just allow yourself to enjoy that feeling here. Maybe at this point you start to close your eyes softly. If that's not comfortable, maybe you just bring the gaze down so that the eyelids are soft, or perhaps you pick something in front of you to kind of keep you grounded throughout your practice. Your mind might start to wander, and maybe you do have some things you would like to think about during your practice. Sometimes, I was talking about this with one of my students, it's nice to kind of come to yoga and find a neutral energy and then think about your issues. And sometimes it seems a little bit less problematic at that point. But either way, you can pick a focal point and something to just keep your mind from filling up and being busy during your practice. So whatever is comfortable for you. And then go inward and notice in the body if there's anywhere that feels constricted or shortened, anywhere that doesn't feel very mobile, anywhere that's sore or maybe even experiencing some pain. And just notice without judgment and without trying to fix it right now. Just kind of take inventory. Notice how you're starting your practice. How are you arriving today? And then notice anywhere that feels good. Maybe there's somewhere where you usually feel stiff, where you kind of don't today. Or maybe you're just feeling really peaceful in your stomach or like deep in your core. Maybe you're wearing fuzzy socks that feel really, really comfortable. And just find somewhere in your body that feels peaceful. And just slowly, gently allow that feeling to spread. Great. And begin to allow yourself to drop down into this moment without judging or trying to come to any conclusions. Observe where you are right now. Observe how the chair feels beneath your hips, behind your back. Observe how the clothing and the hair feel against the skin. Notice the temperature of the room. Notice anything you can taste or smell. Without assigning labels like good or bad, notice the sounds around you, the sound of your breath, the sounds from the next room, from the room you're in, maybe the sound of the wind outside or traffic, birds. Without attaching any labels, just notice. Observing the moment you're in, not feeling the need to react or affect anything, but just letting everything be as it is right now. And then before we get started, just setting an intention to kind of release any old energy that's being stored in the body. We're going to do a lot of energizing opening stretches. And as we do, we'll just imagine our stress and anything we're looking to clean out today, any stuck energy, anything that's just holding you back, anything you don't need. Imagine it as maybe like a dark kind of fog. And as we go through our stretches, it's just leaving the body. Just imagine that in your mind. We'll use our visualization to just enhance our practice using our imagination. And as that dark fog leaves the body, as we go through our practice, you can imagine it being replaced by a warm, powerful, peaceful, golden light, just filling you up with new, fresh energy. So just set that intention in your mind, hold it there, and then let it go. Allow it to come back to you naturally as you go through your practice. We're going to start with our neck rolls when you're ready. So making space in the neck, the shoulders, and the chest. So we'll inhale to grow up tall once again. Exhale, chin drops to the chest. The shoulders stay right over the hips. We're not rounding forward. Inhale, ear over shoulder. So we're coming up to one side, and then exhale down through center. Inhale to the opposite side. Matching your breath. Your inhale carries you up, and then your exhale lowers you down. So you don't have to go at the same speed as me or anyone else. You just notice how you're breathing and follow that. And if you find somewhere that's tight and needs extra attention, you can always just pause and take a few deep breaths and then continue when you're ready. Notice how this feels today. We do this exercise each week. And so you might kind of be familiar with what you like to do here. Maybe you like to do a few full circles. Maybe you like to pause in each direction. But keep an open mind. Try to approach it as if it's the first time you've done it. And just see if anything's different today. It might not be, but just make space for that to be a possibility. Just using this exercise to really ease yourself into your practice. Letting the head be heavy and the shoulders are still. Great. Making space in the shoulders, the neck. Stretching, elongating. Great. Creating freedom in your body and in your life as we let go of anything that's just old and expired. Great. Few more breaths like this. Inhaling up, exhaling down, matching your breath. Maybe your movement gets slower, maybe because your breath is starting to slow down. Great. When you're ready, we'll drop the chin to the chest and hold here. Stretching through the shoulders. You can stay right like this or add the hands to the back of the head For an extra weight, an extra stretch, breathe, hold. Great. One more inhale. Exhale, release the hands. Lift the head. Great. A few sun breaths here. So really inviting in all that positive new energy and exhaling out everything that's old, staying with that visualization. So when you're ready, we're going to inhale, lift the hands over the head, shoulders stay soft. Exhale, hands come to the heart. Great. Match your breath. Don't worry about matching me. Inhale is up and exhale is down, really creating length in the spine with each inhale and really softening, relaxing the muscles with each exhale. Great. Nice and slowly, just waking up, energizing. Great. Let's complete one more wherever you're at and then hold with the hands at the heart. Really nice. Okay, we're going to come into seated cat-cow. I'll turn so you can see. You can do this with your hands on your knees, or today we're going to do a variation with the hands behind the head. So it's up to you. If you would rather keep your hands on your knees like usual, that's fine too. We're going to inhale as we bring the heart forward. So we're arching the back, and then exhale as you bring the spine back. Head comes forward. So it's inhale forward, exhale backward, matching your breath once again. Great. So adding the arms just makes the stretch through the chest a little more intense, and then the stretch through the backs of the shoulders. Just be really gentle though. Inhale forward, exhale backward. Great. Chest opening stretches are really great for a boost of energy, opening up around the heart. It's a great thing to do when you're trying to kind of wake up like a cup of coffee. Great. And then when you're ready, inhale to grow up tall. Exhale, let the hands just fall down to the knees. We'll just come into a few circles with the spine. So when you're ready, we'll inhale, circling across the front, and then exhale, come across the back. So you're just moving the upper body in a circle, and nothing technical here. You can customize this. So if you want to kind of just like keep the body kind of stiff all one piece, you can do that. If you want to curve and involve the shoulders and really stretch around the ribs, you can do that too. Just matching the breath. We'll reverse direction when you're ready. Inhale front, exhale back. Great. So this is great for the stretching out the spine, the chest. To me, I always think it feels really, really nice in the hips too. When you're ready, inhale, come up tall. Exhale, relax. Great. Okay. Let's go through a few stretches kind of slowly, and then we'll come in with a flow with a little bit more energy and a little bit more movement. But we'll just start slow at the moment, forward fold. So go ahead and inhale up tall, and then exhale, start to melt over your legs coming forward. It doesn't matter how far you go. You can keep your hands on your knees. You can come down to your elbows. Even if you can't reach the floor, you can still let your hands hang down to the floor or hold on to your ankles. Whatever feels best to you. Anyone with back problems, just try to keep your spine straight. And you can release the head here and really just let go. That can feel really, really nice. And it really kind of matches our theme for today of letting go. Or if you feel safer to keep the head supported, that's fine too. If you get dizzy easily, or if you have a runny nose, you might want to just keep your head up. Just hold here and breathe. We're going to just hang out here so that we can really soak up the benefits. We'll start moving around a little more in a bit, but just take it slow, be in this moment. Don't worry about looking ahead to what might be next. Keeping the breath deep. Using your breath to help keep you here in this moment. So continuing as we did in the beginning to breathe into the bottom of the lungs and exhale completely. Going back to that visualization, releasing old energy, welcoming in the new energy. Great. As we hold, if you get tired, you can always come up for a rest and then start to work your way back down. Or you might find as we hold, you're feeling more mobile and you might want to try to go down a little bit deeper if you want to. So just pay attention to the stretch and how it changes while we hold. A few more breaths here. Great. And then when you're ready, we'll inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, start to rise up. We'll drop the hands down to the sides. Inhale, sweep the hands up overhead. Exhale, cactus in the arms. Good. So just a cactus position. In our cactus, we're kind of the hardest forward. The elbows are kind of coming back behind you. It's okay if they don't go this far back, but you're just activating the muscles that will push them back. Energy in the hands, opening the heart. You can lift the chin if you want to. Great. Just hold and breathe. And then we'll inhale up tall. Hands up, and then exhale, hands to the hearts. Great. Okay, we're going to turn that into a flow. So we'll do forward fold and then cactus after that. So we're just going to go slow and match our breath. You can stay with me, and once you get the feel of the pattern, you can just go at your own pace if you want to. So we'll go ahead, inhale, tall. Exhale, melting forward. Take one breath here, inhale. Exhale. And then inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, rise up, dropping the hands to the sides. Inhale, hands sweep up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Hands to the knees. Inhale, tall. Exhale, forward fold. One breath, one full inhale, one full exhale. Inhale, extend the spine. Exhale, rise up. Dropping the hands. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Great. We'll do that a few more times. Inhale, tall. Exhale, fold. Hold for a breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, rise up. Hands drop. Inhale, sweep the hands up. Exhale, open the heart, cactus. Inhale, up. Exhale, heart center. One more time. Inhale, tall. Exhale, fold. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale, rise up. Inhale, sweep the hands up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, up. Exhale, hands to the hearts. Hold it here. Take a moment. Go inward. You can close the eyes if you want to. Just feel the spine realigning. And then we're going to come into our chair pose with a twist next and just kind of let the spine bring out the toxins. So when you're ready, we'll inhale tall. Exhale, bring the left elbow towards the right knee. So it's okay if they don't actually touch. You can just push them in that direction. And then your gaze goes over your right shoulder as long as that's comfortable to you. And then hold it here. Great. Breathing. Good. Next, inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, switch sides, right elbow towards the left knee, gaze over the left shoulder. Breathe. Keep the breath slow. And inhale, center. One more time each side, a little quicker. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. And inhale up. Release the hands. Great. We'll come to the edge of the chair. I'm going to turn just so you can see me. Camel pose. So when you're ready, inhale, hands sweep up. Exhale, bring the hands to the low back to start. Fingers point down. You're going to squeeze the elbows and shoulders towards each other so that you're opening the heart towards the ceiling. Again, you can tip the head back if you want to. This is the modified pose. If you want to do the full pose, place your hands on the seat of the chair and use the hands to push the heart forward. Really energizing stretch, stretching through the front of the body. Great. As you inhale, expand the chest. Exhale, soften. Let's take one more breath in this pose. Inhale. Exhale, release the pose. Great. And just let's relax the shoulders. Do a few circles with your shoulders. Good. And let's release the hands as well, circling the wrists. Both directions. Maybe squeezing the fingers. Great. All right. Coming into eagle pose today. So we're going to start with the right leg on top. So for your eagle pose, if it's more comfortable for you, you can cross your ankles. The full pose is to cross the knees. And if you want to try a double wrap, you're always welcome to do that too. You would just tuck the toes on the other side. But just crossing the knees is fine too. If you know how to do eagle arms, you can go for it. I'm going to go slow in case anyone doesn't know. The right elbow will go on the bottom. So you cross with the right elbow on the bottom. Bend so that your palms face away from you. Touch either the backs of your hands together or wrap all the way around so that your fingers are in your palm. And then just lift the elbows. If this is like really intense, you can just hug across the front of the body and reach for opposite shoulders. So getting into the hips a little bit and the backs of the shoulders a lot. When you inhale, really expand the shoulders here. So we just opened up through the front of the body. We're getting into the back of the body now. Great. And with our flow, our forward fold and our cactus, we did a little bit of both. So just really opening up and energizing today. Great. So you can stay here or we'll come into our humble eagle. Inhale tall. Exhale, start to bring the elbows towards the knees. Again, it's okay if they don't touch, but you can still just fold forward in that direction. Great. One breath here. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale here. Exhale, we'll rise up. You can come up to center or go up and back, opening the heart, lifting the elbows towards the ceiling. Breathe in. Breathe out, come on down and unwind. Great. Relax the arms, shake it out. That was nice. Okay, we'll come into pigeon next. So pigeon, you can cross your ankles if that's more comfortable for you. You could even stay here like this if you wanted to. But the full pose is to bring the ankle on top of the knee. So this is right leg on top, ankle on the knee. So check in with your posture that your hips don't tip back. Bring it all up, just like if you were sitting like at the beginning of class. And we're going to fold from here. So inhale, grow up tall. Exhale, fold forward, melt over that leg. Great. So just really unpacking all that tension in the hip. Great. We store stress in the hips just as much, pretty much, as we store it in the shoulders. So we'll just spend some time here. Use your breath. Just like we did with our first forward fold, we're just going to hold and breathe just to let the benefits of this stretch really, we're just going to soak it up. So breathe. Maybe you close your eyes here. Maybe you find just a spot on the carpet. Hold your gaze there. Breathing deeply. Great. few more breaths. Again, maybe you drop the head, maybe you keep it supported, and maybe as you hold, you see if you can go down even a little deeper. If you're finding that it's difficult to keep your breath long as you hold this pose because of how intense it feels, that might mean you pushed it a little bit too far. So you can just come up out of it, deepen your breath, and then see how far you can get from there. Just keeping the breath soft and long. Just using your practice to benefit you. We're not, don't want to damage anything here. So when you're ready, we're inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, come on up. Great. Gentle twist from here. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, left hand to the right knee. The right hand can just rest down, or you can wrap it behind your back. The gaze goes over the right shoulder. Again, we're just wringing out the spine. So just like you would wring out a rag, getting rid of all the toxins being stored there. Again, we'll just hold here and just really let the effects just take place. So breathing, maybe finding a focal point over your shoulder, maybe closing your eyes and going inward, observing the stretch. How does it feel? Where do you feel it? Do you feel that kind of stuck energy starting to leave the body, feeling a little bit more released, a little bit more mobile and free? Find something that feels good. Keep your focus there. One more inhale. Exhale, we'll unwind back to center. Great, release that leg and just shake it out. We're going to do that sequence on the other side. So we're starting with eagle pose. So the left leg will be on top. You can cross the ankles or you can cross the knees. Double wrap if you want to. Left elbow goes on the bottom. I'll go slow for anyone who doesn't know. So you cross the elbows, left one underneath. Bend so the palms are facing away from you. Touch the backs of the hands together or wrap all the way around so that the fingers and the palms are touching. Again, you can wrap opposite shoulders if you'd rather. And then when you're ready, lift those elbows and just get that nice release between the shoulder blades. Breathe deep, expand the shoulders. Good. Squeeze out that tension. Breathing deep. Stay here or we'll come into humble eagle, whatever you choose. Inhale tall. Exhale forward. Good. Breathe here. And then we'll inhale, come up to center, or go all the way up and back. Lift the heart, lift the elbows, maybe lift the chin. Great. Breathe in. And breathe out. Release the pose, release the arms. Great. Lovely. Okay. Pigeon is next. So you can bring that ankle up to the knee if you want to, or keep the knees crossed or cross the ankles. Lots of options. It's your practice. Just take from it what you need. Forward fold. Inhale, grow up tall. Exhale, melting forward. Good, good, good. Okay. So we just did this on the other side, obviously. So you might go into it expecting it to be the same, but try to just keep an open mind to go in slow. Just because you made it this far on this side doesn't automatically mean you'll go that far on this side. You might be the same. You might be pretty even on both sides, but just be gentle and approach it without expectation. Breathing deep. And just notice where the mind goes as things start to get quiet. If you find your mind getting a little bit too busy, just bring yourself back to observing this moment instead of worrying about the past or worrying about the future. That's where a lot of our stress comes from, is from moments that are not the one we're in. So try to keep your focus here for right now. Just going through, observing the sounds, observing how you feel in the stretch. Just go from there. Use that to help you just relax into the moment. Few more breaths. Maybe you're holding in stillness. Maybe you're kind of rocking around a little bit, turning the head side to side. Just customizing your practice to suit your day, your body today. When you're ready, we'll inhale tall. Exhale, we'll come on up. Coming into a twist. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, right hand to the left knee. Left hand can just rest or wrap behind the back. The gaze goes over the left shoulder. And again, maybe you close your eyes or find a focal point. Just allow yourself to be soft here. We'll be here for a few breaths. And maybe as you hold, you see if you can twist gently a little bit more. So with the hand on the knee here, you can kind of use that to help you, push against the knee if you feel like you have a little bit more room. If you don't, that's okay, but just experiment, see where you're at. Breathing, just breathing. Great. One more, inhale. Exhale, unwind back to center. Release the leg. Good. All right. We'll take the knees open to the sides. So just one foot on either side of the chair. It's okay. They don't have to be wide. So even if they're just like a little bit separate, that's fine. The important part here, just to remind you, is that the knee stays over the ankle. It doesn't fall forward. So you're engaging your inner thighs to push the knees back. If that's not doable, you bring the knees in a little bit and then push the knees back until you find a spot that you're in that you can keep the knee and the ankle aligned right on top of one another. Okay. We'll drop the hands to the sides. Inhale, hands stretch up. Exhale, float the right hand down to your knee. Inhale, grow up tall. Exhale, come over to one side. Great. So you can lean on your elbow or you can just stay up on your hands, whatever feels good. Really rounding through the side of the body here. And then inhale, come up center. Exhale, drop the left hand. Inhale, tall. Exhale, over. Great. Inhale, center. Exhale, drop the right hand. Inhale, tall. Exhale, over. Inhale, center. Exhale, drop the left hand. Inhale, center. Exhale, over. Great. Making space in the ribs and the side of the body. Inhale, center. And exhale, hands to the heart. Great. Same theme here. We're going to go side to side. Inhale, we'll bring the right hand up. And then exhale, bend it back behind the head. And then from here, we're just going to come up. Inhale, tall. And then exhale over to the left so that arm is on top. Great. So just stretching all the way up here. Good. Inhale, center. Exhale, drop that hands. And then other side. Inhale, left hand up. Exhale, tuck it behind the head. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, over. Good. Rounding through the side of the body. So rather than just leaning, try to press into the ribs and really pull them apart. Great. Inhale, center. And exhale, release. Great. All right, we'll bring the legs in together. And we're going to work our way up to standing. So Grounding the feet on the floor, dropping the hands. Inhale, sweep the hands up as you stand. Exhale, hands to the heart. Take a grounding moment here and just allow yourself to feel your feet on the floor. Feel yourself tall and aligned. Maybe revisit where you were at the start of practice and just scan through the body. Notice what feels good and notice what still needs a little bit more attention without judgment. Inhale. Exhale, release the hands. We'll come to face the chair, the seat of the chair. So I'll turn so you can see that you can do whatever works in your situation at home. We'll start in table pose. Gonna move around a little bit. So inhale, hands sweep up. Exhale, come on down to the chair, table pose. So your fingers are spread out wide. You want to press into the pointer and the thumb so that you're not dumping the weight into your wrists as much. The wrists are right under your shoulders and your feet, your ankles are right under your hips. You can do this on fists too if you're really, really sensitive in your wrists, whatever feels best, or maybe even grab a pillow to put on top of your chair. We're going to do some cat-cow here. Again, stretching through both the front and back of the body, opening up. So when you're ready, inhale, drop the stomach, lift the heart. Exhale, round and tuck. Great. Back and forth at your own speed. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. So doing this, usually in yoga, this would be done on your hands and knees, but doing it standing like this on your chair really adds a nice hamstring stretch. If that's too intense for you, you can bend your knees a little bit. Few more breaths here. Great. And then return to a flat back, neutral spine. We're going to come into downward dog from here. So take your time setting up. There's a lot to think about in downward dog, and there's also a lot of benefit. You're stretching through the entire back of the leg, opening up through the chest and the shoulders. Really good energizing pose. So you're going to step your feet back away from the chair. The goal is to have the heels still on the ground, but even if they're not, that's okay. Just keep them pressing in that direction. So it's active, it's an active pose. And then from here, you're going to try to flatten out your back as much as you can. And then you're trying, the goal here is to get the head to come down through the elbow so that you can really open up through the heart. So just somewhere along, push yourself towards this direction gently. And then whenever your body tells you to stop, you can just hold there. So just find somewhere that feels good to you. It should only be beneficial. So breathing slowly, just a few breaths here. If you want to, you can pedal through the feet, lift one heel at a time while you hold. That can feel nice to stretch out the feet. Not always something we think to do. Good opportunity here. Great. And then when you're ready, we'll start to walk back up to our table pose. Good. That felt great. We'll go ahead and bend the knees. Inhale, stand. Hands sweep up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Take a moment here. Great. Okay. Inhale, hands sweep up. Exhale, fold down. So hands towards the chair. We're going to come into a lunge position next. So we will step the left foot to the back. Right leg is going to bend. This can be as wide or narrow as you want. You can step that foot way back behind you, or you can keep it kind of together. Both toes are going to be pointing towards the chair. So we're parallel, coming into a crescent lunge. So when you're ready, your next inhale, we'll bring your hands up as long as that's comfortable for you. You can always just stay with your hands on the chair and just get that stretch through the back of the leg if you would rather. Inhale, reach tall. Exhale, hands to the heart. Great. We're going to come into a cactus. So drop the hands, inhale up. Exhale, cactus. Bring the elbows back, open the chest, just like we did at the start of class. Inhale up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Great. Sweep the hands up. Inhale. And exhale, bring the hands back down to the chair slowly. And then bring that back foot in. Take a rest and just kind of pedal through the feet, wiggle the hips, whatever feels good. We'll stand and take a rest. Bend your knees. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Great. Center yourself. Just feel your feet on the ground. Take a few deep breaths. And then when you're ready, we're going to do the same thing with the right leg. Drop the hands. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, fold. Hands on the chair. And then we're going to go ahead and step the right foot to the back. Same thing. So your front leg is bent, your back leg is stretched. Both toes are pointing to the chair. This front knee, you want to make sure it's not going over your ankle. Just like in our wide leg stance on the chair, your knee is a straight line over your ankle. So it's straight up and down. Knee, ankle. When you're ready, inhale. We'll lift the hands only if you choose to. Exhale, hands to the heart. Great. Cactus. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Excuse me. And then once more, inhale, up. Exhale, fold forward. Bring that back foot in and pedal through the feet. Bend one knee at a time, whatever feels good. Just let that sequence go and then bend the knees. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Great. Again, just take a minute here. Reset, feel your feet on the floor. Check in with yourself. Good. Okay, forward fold. So when you're ready, drop the hands. Inhale, hands sweep up. Exhale, bring the hands to the chair. Now we're going to be here for a bit. If you want to try to go lower, you can. You can come down onto your elbows if you want to, or even stay on your hands and try bending your elbows. You can do that too. You can bring the hands onto the shins to get down lower than the chair. If you can't reach the ground, you can still reach towards the ground and just hang down, or reach for your toes, however low you want to go. If you do have back issues, keep your spine straight. The head can be dropped or supported, whatever feels most comfortable to you. So we're stretching through the entire back of the body, all the way up the legs and up the back. If you're really tight, you might have a slight bend in your legs, if that feels better to you. This is a really good pose for kind of calming the nervous system. So on any kind of a stressful day, forward fold is a nice idea. A few more breaths. Bend the knees. Inhale, sweep the hands up. And exhale, hands to the heart. Great. Okay, time for a tree pose. So we'll come around. So just stand where you'll be able to use the chair for balance. We're coming into our balancing pose. So I'm going to stand next to it so you can see me, but if you'd rather stand behind it and have the chair in front of you, that probably works better, but whatever you prefer. And so again, so we're coming into our balancing pose. So before we even get started, just try to detach yourself from the outcome. If you balance, that will be good. If you don't, that is also good. Just let it happen. We'll come into our mountain pose to get started. So take your time here. This is part of it. So even though we're just standing, my mom always laughs at this pose because it's the easiest one. We're just standing, besides Shavasana, where you're just laying down. So your ears are over your shoulders are over your hips over your knees over your ankles, toes pointing forward, hip distance apart. So everything's aligned. Let's take the palms forward and kind of open through the heart a little bit. Great. Deep breaths here. Really feel your feet grounding down into the earth. Good. And just try to let yourself relax here. So in mountain pose, the theory is kind of that your skeleton is holding you and your muscles are really relaxed. So if you start to sway a little bit, you have the right idea. Great. Okay. So stay as long as you like, and then we're gonna come into tree pose. I'm gonna start with the left leg. You can keep both feet on the floor and just turn that left leg open, or you can bring the bottom of the foot up to your ankle. You can bring it up to the lower leg or the upper leg. Don't press the foot against the knee, but other than that, just find a version that works for you. Maybe take the hand, if you have a free hand, open and really continue opening through the heart, energizing and awakening, or reaching your arms up towards the ceiling like your branches of your tree and your tree pose. You can try to test your balance if you want to. You don't have to. Totally your call. There's lots of options here in this pose. Just find one that works for you. Don't forget, working with a focal point here can be very helpful. Breathing deep. If you fall, try not to just spring back up. Find your mountain pose again, and then slowly use the chair to help you get back into it. Great. Stay as long as you like. When you're ready, inhale, exhale, melt down. Great. Relax the feet. We're going to do that same thing on the other side. So you can keep two hands on the chair the whole time. You can try one and do, movements with one arm. It's completely up to you, whatever you're feeling today. Even if you have a favorite version that you usually do, you don't have to stick with it. You can, but you can try something new if you want to. Mountain pose, align. Make sure everything is relaxed and balanced. And then whenever you feel ready, you can work your way back up to your tree pose, picking any version. You might pick the same exact version on both sides, or you might not. Take your time. Go slow. And remember, if you fall, go back to your mountain pose, ground down, and slowly grow back up from there. Good. A few more breaths. Just allow yourself to feel strong in your tree pose, just growing. Great. A few more breaths. One more inhale. Exhale, come on down. Great. Okay, relax the feet. We're gonna work our way back down into our chair and come into our final meditation time. So come on down, get comfortable. So we're not gonna worry about our posture here. Just let yourself melt into the chair. Get comfy. Great. And then we're just gonna revisit where we started our practice from. So again, just let yourself drape over the chair. Maybe you close your eyes right away, or maybe you work up to it. Again, maybe find a focal point or just soften the gaze down. And observe how you're feeling towards the end of your practice. Notice your breath. Invite it to once again just start to flow deep into the bottoms of the lungs. And then empty out completely as you exhale. Breathing in and breathing out. Great. Revisit those areas in the body that you identified as uncomfortable at the start of class, and just notice without judgment if you're feeling any little bit more freedom there in those areas. If you're not, that's okay. Just be aware of it as you go throughout your day. And even as you go through your meditation, just send a little bit more breath and a little bit more love there. And then again, scan through the body, find somewhere that feels good. What feels relaxing right now? What feels peaceful? And allow that feeling to spread. As we go through our body scan today, we're going to use our imaginations to just help us relax completely before our guided meditation. So continuing with our meditation from the start of class, as each part of the body is named, just imagine that dark fog representing any negativity in the body. Imagine it evaporating, leaving you. Imagine it being replaced with a golden light, causing you to be peaceful and more yourself, allowing you to reset back to your natural state. Starting with the toes, bringing the focus up into the feet, the heels and the ankles, the lower legs, the knees, the thighs, the hips, the lower back, and the stomach. Bring the attention into the ribs and the middle back, the chest, and the shoulders and the shoulder blades, tops of the shoulders, upper arms, lower arms, elbows, wrists, hands, and fingers, and back up into the neck and the throat, the jaw and the tongue, the back of the head, the eyelids and the eyebrows, allowing the entire body to be filled with positive light, leaving no more room for anything that's holding you back, anything that's making your mind feel heavy, anything causing the body to tighten. No more room. And just allow yourself to feel completely peaceful and relaxed. For our guided meditation today, we're going to use our imaginations to transport ourselves to somewhere really beautiful. We're going to a beautiful garden, beautiful springtime garden. Imagine walking through a garden, maybe down a path made out of stone. Notice all of the beautiful colors around you, all the beautiful shapes of the flowers. Notice how sweet the air smells. Maybe the flowers have attracted butterflies and bees. And there's beautiful creatures flying around. Notice the beautiful springtime air against your skin. The sky is blue and the clouds are puffy white. Imagine walking through the garden, listening to the bees, listening to your footsteps against the stone path. Maybe off to your right, you see a fountain and you stop to listen to the soothing sounds of the water. Maybe you dip your fingers in. Notice the temperature of the water. Notice how refreshing it feels. Maybe the water is clear. You can see to the bottom of the fountain. Or maybe it's too bubbly and you can't see to the bottom. Maybe there are lily pads or frogs swimming around. Maybe off to your left, you notice a bench or a swing under a tree. Imagine making your way slowly towards it, sitting down, taking in the view, noticing again the flowers, the colors, maybe different elements like archways or statues in the garden. Take your time to fill in the details of your garden. Maybe you're picturing somewhere you've been before. Maybe it's somewhere you go regularly. Maybe it's your garden in your backyard, or somewhere you got to visit one time. Or maybe it's somewhere you just invented just now. But just allow yourself this time to really experience it. Feel the sun, feel the warm air, smell the flowers. Allow yourself to feel as if it's real. And just rest in comfort, knowing that you can come to the spot in your imagination anytime you choose to. We're going to rest quietly for about a minute, just holding this thought in our minds and this feeling, continuing to fill in the details of your garden. And I'll call you back into the room when it's time. Slowly go ahead and bring yourself back into this moment, into your body, inviting some movement back, starting with small movements in the toes and fingers, and then just allowing it to grow in a way that feels natural, maybe moving the hands and feet, stretching out the arms and legs. Whatever feels good to you, just invite some energy back into the body. And then when you're ready, we'll drop the hands down to the sides. Inhale, sweep the hands up. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart. Namaste. Thank you for practicing with me.